Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. In this video, we're going to talk about credit cards that allow you to get approved and start using the card before the physical card actually shows up in your mailbox. So if you don't want to wait 7 to 10 business days just to make a purchase, book travel, pay a bill, or to start earning a sign-up bonus, then these cards are definitely for you. In some cases, certain credit card issuers may give you instant access to a virtual card number, a temporary card number, or the ability to add the card to a digital wallet like Apple Pay, Google Pay, or Samsung Pay right after your approval. Now, I want to be clear from the beginning, instant approval is never guaranteed and the instant usage is never guaranteed either. Just because the issuer has offered this feature to one person doesn't mean every person will get it as well. Banks still have to verify your identity, review your application, and determine whether they're comfortable giving you access to the account immediately. But with that being said, there are certain credit card companies that are much better known for giving you instant access than others. Some of them promote it openly, some of them mention it quietly in the fine print, and some of these banks I only know it's possible because it's from my own personal experience. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, before we go over these credit cards, I want to make something very clear. Every credit card on this list still requires an application and you still have to meet the bank's approval criteria. And instant access does not mean guaranteed approval. The bank is still going to look at your credit profile, your income, your debt, your banking relationship, and whatever other factors they use to make their decision. Now, I have full credit card reviews and bank breakdowns on this channel, so if you want more specific approval data points for a certain issuer or a card, then check out my credit card review playlist or search that bank on my channel. If your concern is that your credit is not where it needs to be at, then before applying for more cards, I would focus on improving the foundation first. Now, that is where Rising can help. Rising is an all-in-one credit repair platform that gives you access to your credit reports and your scores. It can show you what may be hurting your credit profile and also help you take action through dispute templates and the auto mail feature where you can send your disputes directly through the app. And you also get bureau response tracking. You can use Rising as your 90-day credit improvement system, and it'll also include 24 months of rental and utility trade line reporting. That way you can add 2 years of positive on-time account age to your credit profile instantly. Right now, you can access your credit report through Rising's $1 7-day trial. There will be a link in the description. There will also be a link that you can click here on screen. Now, if we take a look at the general data points that you can get approved for these cards, you'll generally want a 680 or higher credit score. These will be various pulls from TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. Once again, as we go through each and every one of these cards and banks, you can look at my channel, you can search each one of them. I have specific credit approval criteria for all of these. So again, look at that if you would like to after this video. Your credit age should be 1 year or more. Utilization should be below 10%. For inquiries, it's okay to have 5, but they should be at least 6 months or older. And of course, no derogatory marks, no charge-offs, no collections, no late payments. And again, if you need help with that, then check out Rising. The first major issuer we're going to look at is American Express. Now, American Express is one of the best known credit card issuers when it comes to instant card access. They have a feature commonly known as instant card number. So this means that after you're approved, American Express may give you access to your card number before the physical card arrives in the mail. This can allow you to start using the card online. You can add it to a digital wallet and you can begin making purchases almost immediately. Now, again, this is not guaranteed for every single person, but American Express is one of the few major issuers that actively promote the idea of using your card before the physical card actually arrives. American Express does say that it may need to authenticate your identity before giving you instant access. So that basically means that you want to make sure that you are who you say you are. Now, in some cases, that may be easy, especially if you already have a relationship with American Express. So if you already have an American Express card, a banking account relationship, or an existing profile with them, they may feel more comfortable giving you access immediately. American Express offers this potential instant card number feature across many of their consumer cards. That includes cards like the Platinum card, the Gold card, the Blue Cash Everyday card, the Blue Cash Preferred, and many other co-branded cards with companies like Delta, Hilton, and Marriott. So if your main goal is getting a card that you can potentially use right after approval, American Express is one of the first places I would look at. They also have an apply with confidence feature so you can see if you're approved without a hard inquiry. However, if you do accept and this is your first American Express card, you will get a hard pull. Now, if you already have a relationship with them, it may just be a soft pull. Next, let's talk about the American Express business cards. Now, American Express doesn't promote instant card numbers on the business side as clearly as they do on the consumer side. However, most of the time that I've been approved for Amex business cards, I was able to add them to my wallet immediately. This feature is available for most of the Amex business cards, with the exception of the Amazon Business, the Amazon Business Prime, which should be going over to US Bank very soon, and the Lowe's Business Rewards card. Those do not have that feature. For business owners, instant access can be even more valuable because business expenses can move very quickly. Maybe you have to pay for ads, software, inventory, shipping, travel, contractors, or some other business related expenses. Again, it's not guaranteed, but if you're approved for a business card and the option is presented, you can start using it right away. But again, do not assume it will happen every single time. With American Express business cards, I would view instant access as possible, but not something I would fully depend on unless American Express clearly shows you after your approval. But once again, the good news is that with American Express, once you are approved for one of their cards, it's not likely you'll receive another hard inquiry. The second major issuer that openly promotes instant usage on some cards is Chase. Now, Chase has a feature called Spend Instantly, which lets you use newly approved credit cards immediately by adding them to a digital wallet. Once approved online, you can link the card to Apple Pay, Google Pay, or Samsung Pay to start making purchases in store, online, or in-app before your physical card arrives in the mail. Now, this is a big deal because Chase has some of the most popular credit cards included in their lineup, like the Chase Freedom Unlimited, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and many of their United and Southwest cards may qualify for this feature as well. Now, from what I understand, Chase's Visa cards are the ones that most likely have this instant use option. And this is the part where you have to pay attention because not every Chase card qualifies. For example, Chase MasterCard products will not qualify the same way. One of the biggest examples of this is the Chase Freedom Flex, which is a MasterCard. So even though it's one of the most popular cashback cards, it will not offer the same instant wallet access after approval. Also, some co-branded Chase cards may have limitations. Like the Amazon Visa card, for example, this feature does not apply, and it also does not apply to Chase business credit cards either, so you'll want to keep that in mind. Next up on our list is Capital One. Capital One is a little more hit or miss. They don't promote instant card usage as a major selling point across all of their cards, but they do have the feature available for some approved applicants. Now, if you are approved, this is how it can work for you. Once approved, log into your Capital One mobile app or your online account. Select your new card and tap Get Your Virtual Card or view your card details. You can use the generated card number, expiration date, and CVV to shop online, and you can also add it to a digital wallet. But once again, this feature is not guaranteed for every single applicant. It depends on identity verification and fraud risk. Physical cards typically will arrive in 7 to 10 business days. Capital One has some very popular cards, including the Venture, the Venture X, the Saver, the Quicksilver, and they even have Discover cards now, although I can't say for sure if this feature will be available for those products yet. Now, if you are approved and they offer immediate access, then that's great. But if you do just need a card that you want to use the exact same day, Capital One may not be the most predictable option. So the key lesson here is that Capital One can offer you instant access in some situations, but they're not as consistent as American Express or Chase. Now, if you have experience with Capital One, drop that in the comments below and let us know if you were able to get instant access. Now, let's talk about some of the other major issuers. Bank of America, Citi, and Wells Fargo all have data points where people have received some type of instant access after approval. That could mean a temporary card number, immediate digital wallet access, or the ability to use the card in a limited way before the physical card actually does arrive. Now, these banks usually do not advertise instant card access, so you should should look at them as a possible option, but not a guaranteed option. With Bank of America, it looks like you may need to wait until the cardholder agreement is posted to your account, which usually happens once the card is actually issued. After that, you can click Get Card Info, acknowledge the cardholder agreement, and then you can view your card details. Now, from that screen, you may have the option to add the card to a digital wallet like Apple Pay. Now, based on other data points that I've seen, this option can take about 1 business day to show up after your approval. Now, when it comes to Citibank, the Citi Custom Cash Card, the Citi Rewards Plus Card, the Citi Simplicity Card, the Diamond Preferred, the Costco Anywhere Visa Card, they all should give you the ability to use the card immediately. Now, for the Costco card, you'll get access to a temporary barcode linked to your account that can only be used for purchases at Costco warehouse. Now, for me personally, when I was approved for the Costco business card, I was offered instant access immediately once I was approved. However, approval took a while. It wasn't just like instant. It wasn't a day. It took a little minute. And there are a few more caveats to this, like Citi's instant credit card number policy. You just get 1 chance to take down your temporary account information. If you miss it, you may have to wait until the card arrives in the mail. Also, cardholders who receive instant access usually have a restriction to like $500 to $2,000 of their credit limit, and they have to actually wait for the physical card to get full access to their credit line. When it comes to Wells Fargo, they generally do not offer instant card numbers, but you may be able to add the card to a digital wallet. Now, I'm going to put an asterisk by Wells Fargo since I have seen this work, but it's not something I would rely on. So technically, any of these issuers could potentially give you access before the card arrives, but I would not make that the main reason why you apply for any of these cards. If instant access is the #1 priority, I would look at American Express and Chase first. Citi is actually a pretty strong option. I can say that. Maybe those 3 would be good if you just really need immediate access. Now, there are also some individual cards that are known for offering instant limit access, so let's go over these. Once approved, Bilt will provide a virtual card number through the Bilt app. You can use the virtual card number for online shopping, or you can add it to a digital wallet like Apple Pay while you're waiting for your physical card to arrive in the mail. The Apple Card is one of the few credit cards that lets cardholders use the card immediately after being approved. You can also redeem rewards almost immediately after earning them instead of having to wait like a full billing cycle. The card is also free of many fees, including annual fee, foreign transaction fee, and even late fees. And of course, once again, you'll be able to use the Apple Card immediately after approval as long as you applied for the card within the Apple Wallet or on a required device. Once you're approved for the SoFi Unlimited 2% credit card, you get instant access to a digital card. You can immediately add the card to your digital wallet to start making purchases in store or online before the physical card arrives. The Venmo credit card is another one where instant access will be possible, especially if you're in the Venmo ecosystem. The main point is that some fintech style cards and app-based cards, they're more likely to give you immediate digital access because their entire business model is built around speed, convenience, and mobile usage. Now, we can't talk about instant approval and instant usage without talking about some store credit cards. Store cards are probably some of the most common cards that allow same-day usage. That's because retailers want you to apply and use the card immediately. They don't want you to leave the store and wait for the card and then maybe change your mind. Stores want the sale today, and this is where cards from places like Best Buy, Target, Kohl's, Home Depot, Lowe's, Macy's, Sephora, Ulta, and many others allow you to get approved and use the account right away. In many cases, they even give you a discount for using the card the same day if you're approved. Now, this does not mean that store cards are always the best option. A lot of store cards have high interest rates, limited usage, and rewards that only make sense if you actually shop at that store. So do not apply for a store card just because the cashier offers you a discount. But if you are already planning to make a large purchase at that store and the card will give you a meaningful discount, financing offer, or reward, then maybe it's worth considering. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're looking for a card that may give you instant approval and instant usage, I would start with American Express and eligible Chase credit cards. Those are the 2 major issuers that are open about offering instant access in most cases. But remember, none of this is guaranteed. Your experience can depend on the card, your credit profile, your relationship with the bank, identity verification, the application channel, and the issuer's current rules. So always read the terms and conditions, always verify the current offer, and never apply for a credit card based on only the possibility of using it instantly. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been approved for a credit card and used that card the same day? Did the bank give you a virtual number? Were you able to add it to Apple Pay or Google Pay? Or did they make you have to wait for the physical card? I'm sure there were a lot of credit cards that I missed. In fact, I know a few, but drop your experiences in the comments because those data points do help other people and it lets them know what to expect, especially if there were a lot of cards that I missed that have instant usage. And if you found this video helpful, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel because we talk about credit cards, business credit funding, personal finance, and how to use credit as a tool instead of letting credit use you. And as always, I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and you have a wonderful day.